Hi folks, Fuzz here, welcome back once again to Final Fantasy X-2, and we're going to be heading over to Luca today as we continue through Chapter 1. Once more, this is all optional stuff, but it will boost our percentage increase of completion, and there's going to be some pretty nice items we can get as well, including a new garment grid. So I do recommend that you stick with me on this one, and Luca is third on the list there. Once again, Besaid Island and Zanarkand Ruins remain the two hotspots, as they will do for some time until we begin to complete those. So let's make our way over to Luca, where the mission noted is Real Commotion. So let's see what's going on over here. Now, many of you will remember Luca, of course, from Final Fantasy X, but Yuna will give us a brief update as we approach for the first time.
Lady Yuna! Your concert was incredible!
Would you sign this, please? Single file, no pushing. The Goings at your service.
I couldn't bring myself to tell them it was just an impostor. The whole mess started with the garment grid. That's the invention that lets us harness the dress sphere's power.
Yeah, it's mission time. Okay, so this is an interesting mission. We're going to find out exactly what happened at the opening of the game there. I know some of that cutscene at the start I had to cut out due to bloody YouTube and its copyright stuff. But we're going to basically retrace some of the stuff that led to that particular part of the story, find out how it all happened, and that's what this mission is going to involve for us.
Believe it or not, this was the easy part. We chased the thieves all the way to Luca, but when we arrived...
Hear that? Lady Yuna in concert!
Alright, think there are any tickets left?
Looks like your imposter's pretty popular.
I doubt anyone would believe ours is the real Yuna.
Not dressed like that.
I didn't ask to wear this. Whew, it's hot.
Shall we finish this before Yuna passes out?
We'll be back in 2 shakes, so be a good Moogle, you hear?
The plan was to sneak into the imposter's concert and recover the garment grid. If I went in, our cover would be blown, so it was up to Riku and Pain, which left me with nothing to do but lay low and wait. And that's how I got stuck with the Gullwing's prized garment. I complained, but Brother's orders are still orders.
Okay, so Yuna in this mascot Moogle costume may be familiar to you if you was paying attention to the start of the game. So yeah, we'll find out exactly a little bit more about that later on. For now, we're just going to, while controlling Yuna in the costume, make our way, not up here. We actually need to go back down the stairs, but hey, it gives us a chance to run around dressed like this Moogle thing. We want to make our way to the square of the city, or the town, or whatever Luca is.
So what did you do after we left?
Top secret!
Mommy! Mommy, my balloon!
hurry up.
You, get over here.
Huh?
At this point, we're going to gain control of Yuna once more. And that dude can be quite hidden, actually, but you'll find him sitting down just next to this stand. So if we can head down these steps, which we need to do, we'll be able to go ahead and speak with him. And he'll give us our job.
The concert, right?
Me? No, there must be some mistake.
Thanks, and hey, don't screw up.
Did I do it because I couldn't turn him down? Or because the conversation was over before I had the chance?
So a little bit of a, I guess you could say, a mini game here. We've got a bunch of balloons and we need to hand them out. So we've got 10 balloons in total. I don't believe we can give 10 people balloons. But we'll start perhaps with this person here.
Get them while they're hot!
And that'll give us 9 balloons left. The next person is obviously the kid here that's standing by the statue.
Concert, okay?
And we just basically do this, repeat the process. Go around handing them out.
Here you go.
Okay, there's 2 here.
Don't forget to cheer. The concert's
Make sure
about
you
to
do
start.
give the balloons to both of these people as well, of course. And now we've got 5 left.
Go on, take one.
Okay,
It's a really nice balloon.
the old lady sitting down. And now there's only 2 more to do, I think, even though there's 3 more balloons. But one of them is going to take 2 of them, and that's... Well, actually, there's 2 here, look. By opening the glass window, we gain access to 2, and then there's 1 more after, which will get rid of all the balloons. So there are 10 people in total. Which makes perfect sense. Okay, apparently we're only holding 1 balloon. So I must be tripping there. And then speak to this dude
And that
at the
makes
far
10.
north.
Mission accomplished.
And that's it. That's the end of that little mini quest. The end of that mission, I believe. And we get the Healing Wind Garment Grid.
Y-R-P. In position.
And we know the rest.
Girls. It's starting.
The place was packed with people dancing!
You think Leblanc was enjoying herself?
Until she got hurt.
Does she look that much like me?
Hold it. The concert's sold out. You can't go in.
I can't?
Definitely not. Go on, get out of here. Hey, we got some gate crashers. Must be those sphere hunters.
Let's move!
Yes, sir!
Oh no. I hadn't heard from Riku or Pain, so I didn't know what to do.
Hold still!
It's me. I wasn't sure what I was doing. Riku sure was having fun. Whew. Looks like trouble. finally! Here comes the real Yuna!
I was just about to finish him off, but then you showed up and stole all the fun.
I guess I was so glad to get out of that thing that I went a little nuts.
That explains the dancing.
Yuna's dancing? Where? I am there!
Listening close enough?
So, this is my life now. We travel from place to place, and the days just seem to fly by. But sometimes, I find myself stopping. I'm listening for your whistle.
There we have it then, guys, for sure. Mission complete. Though that's not the end of Luca. Even at this time. We're going to be heading back in just a moment. And if you want to see Yuna in that costume again, then don't worry, there will be opportunity to later on as well. Back on the airship then, we're going to basically head straight back to Luca to grab those few items. We're also going to get introduced to a new mini-game as well. By this point in the Final Fantasy franchise, mini-games that basically stretched the length of the game became commonplace. So you had like, well, I guess you could say you had Chocobo Racing, but that wasn't really, you know, one that stretched like the entire game in Final Fantasy VII. And then in Final Fantasy VIII you had Triple Triad Gold, in, well, or Triple Triad, whatever it was called. Then in Final Fantasy IX you had the other card game, the name of it slipped my mind right now. Then in Final Fantasy X you had Blitzball, of course, and there's a couple of games in Final Fantasy X too like that, but one of them we're going to be introduced to in a few moments time. So we get a couple of lunar curtains there from the treasure chest. Make sure you grab those, and then we're going to head further into the town and make our way south this time. Looks like everybody's lost their balloons by this point. We don't need to head north here. Just stick to heading over to the west. There's actually one more item we can grab, one more main item, and then a couple of items that we're going to need for that mini game. So we're going to start by heading over here. And if we head down this dock, I believe this is called dock number 5. There's a treasure chest that's going to be located just behind all these crates and boxes. And it's a nice easy path for us to make our way there. And this will give us another garment grid, the Thunderspawn garment grid. So we get a nice collection of those now, aren't we, in our arsenal. And once we've done that, we're going to head back over to where we just came from. And this time we're going to visit the locker rooms of the Blitzball champions. So we're heading to the first one over here. And we'll get a cutscene as we enter. And be introduced to a familiar face from Final Fantasy X.
Ah, the Lady Yuna.
It's been too long.
What you selling this time?
Entertainment. Lady Yuna's calm has given the people of Spira time to relax and enjoy the finer things in life. What better time for me to introduce Sphere Break? It won't be long now before Luca will host the inaugural tournament. You are more than welcome to compete if you like.
Should we?
Yeah!
Ask around if you would like to know the rules of the game. Idem hac desa.
I guess he said then, until next time. And I'm sure some of you remember Rin's travel agency from Final Fantasy X. Once we've spoke to him and had that cutscene, we'll get another random Elbed primer. And that's pretty much all there is to do in this particular locker room. So we're going to head over now to the next one. We've got a brief mention of the mini game that I was talking about. If we head into the other locker room, we can speak to this individual here. And they've kind of got their identity hidden, it seems, at the moment. But that doesn't matter. All we need to do is select Tell Me the Rules. And that will give us a bunch of coins that we can use as part of the mini-game, which is called Sphere Break. You can even have a bit of a practice here if you want to. But I don't particularly. Sphere Break won't really be useful until much later on. So let's just go ahead and exit the tutorial for now. But we will be spending some time with it later. But there's no point, as I say, at this particular moment in time. And that's pretty much it, to tell you the truth. That's everything, as far as I'm aware, that we need to do in Luca right now. If you want, you can go to the theatre and purchase some spheres, music spheres and movie spheres. But I don't see there's a particular point in that. It does cost quite a bit of gil to do so. So all I'm going to do now is select to head back to the airship. And we'll save our game and finish off for the episode. In fact, I'll save my game off video. No point in you watching that. Let's just see what the percentage is if it's updated for us. We was on 7% prior. And we're now on 8%. Wow. So all of that stuff we just did gained us a whole other percentage. But hey, it needed to be done if we're going for 100%. So we are making progress slowly but surely, aren't we? Alright then folks, well thanks for stopping by for today's episode. Let me know what your thoughts are so far in the comments section. And are you enjoying your playthrough of Final Fantasy X too? There's a lot to like about this game actually. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, I know I've said a few times that some of the dialogue's corny and a lot of the presentation is cheesy. But hey, in many ways it does go back to the roots of Final Fantasy with the turn-based battle system and jobs and whatnot. And that's one of the things I really enjoy about playing through 10-2. And I'm sure many of you do as well. Alright folks, well have a great day and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.